media world. And I want to just thank you so much for being part of this community, for sharing life with me, for giving me an opportunity to share all that's in my heart on a daily basis on this month of November. In this month of November, I made it my mission to come live in social media every day, Monday through Friday. Yesterday, I didn't get an opportunity to do that. I actually was out getting my hair chopped, and then the day got away from me. So I apologize to you for that. But I'm back today. Of course, we won't be together on Thursday because it's Thanksgiving, unless I pop in just for a couple of minutes. I want to thank you again. Like I said at the beginning, thank you again so much for being part of this community. All of your feedback, all of your comments, everything that you share, that means the world to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that. And for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Donna Woolam. I am a reinvention coach and dream advocate for women. And today I want to talk about the women who fill in the gaps. And what that means is you are a woman who naturally, without any preconceived idea, it's just whenever you're in a group of people, you're in an organization, maybe you're just helping people do their day-to-day work, you see little gaps and you have ideas about how you can fill in those gaps, or maybe how in something is organized, you see that if it was shifted just a little bit or tweaked just a little bit, that it would make things work more efficiently, or it could create exponential growth or influence or opportunity for that. And a lot of times when we are that kind of a woman, we find ourselves in situations where people really don't want us to fill in the gaps. They feel like everything's fine because they're not people who see the gaps. And it can feel kind of weird sometimes. Well, I've been thinking about this for a long time. And actually, I've been thinking around this whole concept of women who are entrepreneurs who don't want to run a business, who don't have a business. They're not any way, shape, or form thinking that they want to have a business. But when you are a woman, a man, a person who sees gaps and has ideas on how to fill those gaps or how to create systems that work more efficiently, that's actually Simon Sinek's definition of entrepreneur. And sometimes entrepreneurs are found working for a company. They've never had their own business. And not all business owners are entrepreneurs. Think about that. Some people are just business owners. Well, I say just, it's a big deal to be a business owner. And sometimes entrepreneurs are found in church leadership or committee leadership. Maybe you're a member of another organization out in the community and you are just naturally one of those people. You can't help yourself. You just have some sort of idea how to fix those gaps, shorten those gaps, shorten that span of time between A and B execution. That's an entrepreneur. Whether you want to be or not, your heart is to fix things, streamline things, create systems, create opportunities. So whenever I talk about working with women who have an entrepreneurial mindset, that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's the women that are part of a committee and everything is great. The leadership is incredible. The people that you work with are fabulous. You love all of them, but it's so natural for you to see, if we could tweak this, the way this works just a little bit, man, it would just be so much tighter and it would really work better. And if we could just kind of shorten the time between A and B, or if we had a little different kind of style of communication, then we could have exponential growth in our activity, in your ministry, or in your nonprofit, or in your community service, or maybe you're someone who is volunteering at a local shelter, or you are working for a women's agency or a men's agency, or wherever you're working, you're volunteering your time. And it's just so easy for you to see those places. This is the time for you to put your hand on your heart and say, wow, at my heart, I'm an entrepreneur. And I was thinking about this a lot. Like I said, I've been thinking about this a lot. And I ran across a video by Simon Sinek yesterday, as I mentioned. And they were talking about people like Elon Musk and Steve Jobs, talking to them about, if you why do you have, especially Elon Musk, why aren't you just happy with Tesla? How come you can't just be content with running Tesla? Why do you have to go out in all these other areas? And it was like someone was speaking a foreign language to him, because he can see gaps in other places, and he is created, no matter what his religious belief is. We know that there's one creator, right? He created us in this way. He was created to be a person who saw the gaps and to have ideas on how to fill those gaps. Gifted, called, talented in those areas. And this morning, as I was thinking about that and I was meditating on that thought process, I was reading in the book of Exodus where the artisans were called in to give their offerings. Is that right? Maybe it wasn't Exodus. I was reading about David. And when David was giving his offering into the temple, and all of the things that he had collected over time, the gold, the silver, the gems, the wood, and all of that had just purposefully been collected almost as a tithe from their campaigns, it was given into the building of the temple of the Lord. And then it was his own personal resources that he gave into that building of the temple of the Lord. And then he made this call, and all of these people came and gave their gifts and their offering to the temple of the Lord. But in that, there were all of the artisans and the craftsmen and the people who were particularly called and gifted in particular ways of doing things. And they brought their gifts, their offerings, but they brought their skills into the building of the temple of the Lord. In the world, your gifts, your ability, your calling are so important. There is some place out there that is hungry and crying for the woman who can fill in the gaps. And ministry, hungry for leadership to fill in the gaps. There is in the marketplace a hunger for people, but women in particularly, you right there, with your skills, your talents, your abilities to go in and fill in the gaps, because that's what we do, right? We strengthen one another with the gifts and the calling and the purpose and the power that God has given us. Never shy away from being 100% the woman that God has created you to be. 100%. Because this world needs you. The ministry that you're involved in needs you. The company that you're working in needs you. The business that you're building needs you to be 100% completely, authentically the person that God has created you to be. You're filled with so many wonderful gifts, so many wonderful talents. Maybe they don't feel like gifts and talents to you because you're so much of your intuition of who you are, what you do, and how you live. But for someone else, what you do is miraculous. What you bring is a gift. What you bring is exactly what they've hoped for and prayed for and asked God to bring into their life. Never hesitate to be the woman who sees the gaps and creates ways and opportunities to fill those gaps, to be a bridge builder between the A and the B so that people can cross over and they then can walk in the fullness of their gifts, their talents, and their callings. Thanks so much for being with me today. If this has been a blessing to you, I hope that you'll say something. Give me a quick little message in the chat. Share it with your friends that you wish that they would know that their gift and their calling and their ability is critical to you and to the world around you. Let them know, hey, this is for you. Go out there and be the mighty woman of God that God has created you to be. And if you would like to talk more about this, I would love to have a conversation with you. And you can find out how to do that at my website, donnawoolam.com. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful living at my best kind of day.